of time.
Now, the art of any great magician is look at this hand so you don't see what this hand is doing. It's very basic. A distraction, a feint in fighting, a flinch before you go for the attack, just to get that moments of pause from your opponent. That's all you need. That's all you need in an ass-whipping contest. Masvidal drops his hands behind his back to show that he was not aggressive and turned and took one step away to show that he can be trusted. He then turned back on a full sprint and all hell broke loose. But if you miss, and if you did miss that moment, it will be even harder for you to give Masvidal the credit that he deserves. He did come in there with a plan, and he did do it against a killer who 19 men on this earth have tried to bring down, and 19 men couldn't even win a round. Big deal by Masvidal, and he did have a plan, and he did have a set. So many times we have seen fights, guys, where one guy wins in a surprising fashion. Sometimes it's a comeback, sometimes it's a surprise knockout, sometimes it's defensively, and his opponent will do something and hurt himself, and the other guy will always try to take credit and go, oh, no, I knew that, I was trying to set him up. And go see George Foreman versus Michael Moore. George Foreman, to this day, and God bless him, but he will make believe that he had that fight all planned out. Get his ass kicked for 30 minutes, all just to lure Moore into a right hit. Man, he threw a punch and it happened to land. That's what happened. Guys will always re-engineer reality to help to fit their narrative. They always do it. They never come clean and just go, yeah, I caught him. Good hard match. Let's move on to the next one. Never. Masvidal is telling people, no, I planned that. I set that up. I really did. That was a strategy. I studied. This is what Coach Mike Brown and I wanted to do. But many of you are meeting with resistance. Go, come on, you ran across, you jumped up, he came down, you guys collided. That's true, that did happen, but it is also true that he planned it. And he has absolute evidence on tape, which is the first second where he puts his hands behind his back and starts to walk away. And I swear to you, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think Masvidal laid that trap all week long. I think all week he went out of his way to do this. My hands are behind my back. I can be trusted. I'm not here for it to do any harm to anybody. I think he laid the trap through the media all week long.
Well, he took stuff from Jersey Joe. Jersey Joe used to drop his hands. He would adjust his shorts. He'd walk like, just to throw you off.
Yeah.
Like he'd come walking to you. Just to make you look at that, so you wouldn't look at what you should be looking at.
Yeah.
And he was just showing, he'd take a walk, he'd go this way, Jersey Joe, take a walk this way, take a walk that way, and then all of a sudden he'd come at you. So he was a guy that the great Muhammad Ali picked up on some of that, like some of the showmanship.
Yeah.
But it was showmanship mixed in with shrewdness, mixed in with strategy,
Yeah.
with attack, with plan of how to attack, like the art of war. You know, he made believe he was walking this way or walking this way. For that split second, he was looking for an edge. For that split second, he was getting you to do something you shouldn't do. What? Relax. To get you to relax, to take your mind off of what it should be on, to take your eyes off of what's coming. So in this fight, the one that reminded me of the fight that we're going to show, the MMA fight, the UFC fight, was that Jersey Joe Walcott fighting a slick, knew who he was fighting, knew how slick, Ezra Charles was, so he set him up. He mesmerized him. He came in with he put his hands down. Came in with a little loose movement, and Ezra Charles just for a split second was looking at the loose arms, looking somewhere other than where the punch was going to come. Took his mind off, hypnotized him for a second, set him up. It was brilliant. And he goes like this, Jersey Joe, and then he's watching that movement, and Ezra Charles is seeing his shoulders move and the hands move. Oh, nothing to worry about. He's not really serious right now. And then all of a sudden, bang! He comes out of one of those movements with a left uppercut, bang, and knocks the great Ezra Charles dead. Knocks him out. So I'm watching this UFC fight. I'm looking at it, and look right here. Look at the guy on the left. What's his name?
Jorge Masvidal. He's got his hands behind his back and he's smiling.
It's not an accident. Here's the thing that why it was a parallel to me, why it registered to me with Jersey Joe Walcott and Ezra Charles, because it's not an accident. He's setting him up.
Yeah.
It's a ploy. It's brilliant.
Oh,
because
it was brilliant.
He's got his hands down. He's looking nonchalant.
He had his hands behind his back.
He puts his hands. We're going to see all that. Yeah. He puts his hands behind his back. He makes the other guy go to a place you shouldn't go to in a ring, to a relaxed place, to a place of comfort, to a place of security.
That's right.
To for one split second, to a place of not paying attention. For one split second. And he sees the hands down. He sees that. And then all of a sudden, bang! He set it up. The door was open. The opportunity was there.
The interesting thing you just said, Ben Askren, after this fight, said in an interview on Ariel Helwani on ESPN, he said,
and I've kind of always thought, like, who the hell gets flying knee? Like, can't you see that coming? It's coming from so far away. But when I watched the film, I mean, I don't like George at all, but that was a damn good flying knee. He hit it fast and explosively. He got some serious airtime on it, and then obviously connected in the right spot.
As far as your technique is concerned, do you feel like you did anything wrong? I mean, obviously, if you could have done it differently, you would do it differently, but do you regret the technique?
I mean, it's hard saying it's wrong. That would be total confirmation bias if I were to say that, and obviously a lot of people would. But the fact that is, I've been in the cage 19 times, and that type of technique has worked 19 other times, and it's never failed me. And so now to the one time it fails me, to turn around and say, yeah, that's bad technique. That's not the way I should have done it. It was predictable. To say those things, obviously they would be correct, but it's also confirmation bias. And a lot of people fall for their own confirmation bias. And so I'm not going to fall for my own confirmation bias. That the way I had done things had worked every single other time. I obviously had never had a defeat previous to this. And so I got, I got hit. I got hit hard. It's fine. It happens. It's a mistake. And I think that's all there is to it.
But again, to the brilliance of him and his people,
Masvidal.
There it is. Thank you. To his credit and to his people's credit, it wasn't an accident. It wasn't a good day. It wasn't a lucky day. Like George Foreman when he knocked my guy out. It wasn't lucky. George Foreman threw a left hook to make my guy move the other guy the other direction where he could hit him with the right hand, which he intended to hit him with all along. But he had to move him that way by throwing a left hook. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a lucky punch. It was experience. It was thinking. It was brilliant. It was genius. To his credit, he saw the strength. Sometimes people get overwhelmed by an undefeated fighter, a brilliant fighter like the wrestler, the guy who was a master wrestler, right? They get overwhelmed by what they do well.
That's right.
They get overtaken by what they do well. That they don't see what they do not well. They don't see that there's a flaw. Yeah, they do brilliant stuff on the floor. They're brilliant. He was an Olympic wrestler, if I'm correct, right?
That's right.
Yeah, he's brilliant in those areas. So they see that and they concentrate. But they don't look further. They don't look further that there's a kink in the armor. They don't look further that with all that brilliance, that there's something there. There's a flaw. Mm-hmm. There's something there with the brilliance and all. Yeah, be aware of it. Understand it. But understand what else is there that you can take advantage of. That don't just get caught up in only that. Mm-hmm. Allow yourself to see where there's something that you can attack, that there's something you can take advantage of. And he saw it. Wrestlers have the habit of bending down. Am I correct?
They try to shoot in and go for
they want
a
to get
double
low.
leg. Yep.
So he understood the strength of the wrestler, that it could be a weakness.
You're going to try to face somebody that you know is going to come on your legs eventually, and you're probably going to end up on your back no matter what happens. You might as well try to start the fight like Masvidal did, and holy cow, did it pay off. And I'm just hoping that Ben Askren is okay.
He understood his strength was he would shoot down and get into you, and that is his strength, because when they get in there, he's going to win. But he recognized that to get to that place, he had to put his head down. He recognized that. But again, the setup starts now. We're going to see the explosiveness, but don't miss don't miss what comes prior to that. That sets that up. That allows that moment. That allows the other guy to be relaxed enough for this explosive knee to come. Watch it. Look. Hands behind it. Look, nothing. Look, relax.
He's gonna take a couple steps
no,
to the right
nothing
and
going on.
sprint.
Bang!
And it's over. Right there, it's over.
Brilliant.
If you shot, hey, come over here, say it in my face.